Hi students, Mrs. Pancoke here. Today we're going to be working on lesson 2. Let me get to my book. Open, or you can go to open with to make sure it opens in Adobe Reader. Use my bookmark to find lesson 2. Alright. So, in this lesson, we're going to change document orientation. We're going to navigate and search through a document, cut, copy, and paste. We're going to be changing information in the properties and inspecting our document. So let's go ahead and get Word going. Alright, so I'm going to click the File tab to open Backstage view. And we're going to click Open, and it says the open screen with locations on the left side and recently opened on the right side. I'm going to go to Browse, and I'm going to find my data files. Under Lesson 2, I then want to open up Starbright Satellite Proposal. Okay, so I have just opened my document. Whenever this yellow bar comes up here at the top, go ahead and click Enable. Okay. Next it says that we're going to be changing the views. So there's different view options. There's read mode, which if I click down here, that's read mode. There's print layout. This one is web layout. If I go up here to views, I could also change it to draft view. Alright, so it says to click the View tab, and in the Views group we're going to select Read Mode to change the view of the document as shown in Figure 2-3. Next we're going to click Tools, and from the Tools drop-down menu, note that the first two options are active, whereas the bottom two options are inactive. The inactive commands change to active after an action has been performed. Click on the View tab or View, and on the menu to produce additional commands such as Edit Document, Navigation Pane, Show Comments, Column Width, Page Color, and Layout. Hover the mouse over each command to view a screen tip. So when I hover my mouse, I get these lovely screen tips. Next, I'm trying to figure out where I left off here. And then we're going to click the Edit Document. The screen changes back to Print Layout View for editing. Click Read Mode again, and then click View, and we're going to choose Navigation Pane. The pane opens on the left side of the screen. This allows you to navigate your document quickly by selecting headings and pages or by searching for text. In the navigation pane, click Option 3 and notice that your document jumps to that location. Option 3 is formatted with a heading style. So this is a heading style, which is why it shows up over here in the navigation pane. Click Pages, and then click the first page. Page images are called thumbnails. Then says to click the X on the navigation pane to close it, and press Escape to turn off Read Mode to return to Print Layout mode. Okay, next we're going to click on Web Layout button in the View tab, or you can click on it down here. Okay, or in the View tab right here. This will allow you to see the document as a web page. Click the Outline button and notice that the Outlining tab and the groups of commands that appear for the editing outlines. Okay, so there's different commands up here for that. We're going to click Close Outline View and click the View tab and then click Draft button. This view is typically used for editing text. Click the Print Layout view to return to the view of the document to its default setting. Note that some of the view option buttons are also available on the status bar at the bottom right, down here. Click each button to compare the resulting views with the views you access from the View tab. You can also adjust your screen to change the way the ribbon displays. In the upper right corner, click Ribbon Display Options. Okay, that would be right here. Okay, it says select Auto Hide Ribbon. Okay. When we do that, it hides the ribbon. I'm going to click Show Tabs and Commands. Okay. So that's right here. Return the screen to its original setting, click the ribbon display options, and make sure you have Show Tabs and Commands selected. Pause, leave this document open to use in the next exercise. Page 26 of Lesson 2. Next, we're going to click the One Page button in the Zoom group. Right here, choose One Page. Okay, to display one entire page on the screen. Next, click Multiple Pages to switch to a display of multiple pages. Click the Zoom button. The Zoom dialog box will appear, and we're going to click the 200% option in the zoom of the area of the dialog box and click OK. The document image enlarges to twice its full size. Take note, to use the Many Pages option in the Zoom dialog box, click the drop-down arrow and select the thumbnails corresponding to the page array that you want to display on the screen. Next, we're going to click the Zoom Out button on the slider bar, which is down here. And we're going to zoom out until our indicator is at 60%. Okay, using the zoom in and zoom out buttons on the zoom slider, click the zoom in button on the zoom slider to zoom to 80%. So I just click twice. Okay, you can also just drag this if you want. I'm going to leave it there at 80%. Drag the zoom slider all the way to the left. Okay, it gets very small. And now in the Zoom command group on the View tab, we're going to choose Page Width button. The document expands to the width of the window. Then it says click 100% to return the document to its normal size. Pause, leave this document open to use in the next exercise. Get ready, the document that is open from the previous exercise. In the window command group, excuse me, in the window command group, we are going to, right here, choose New Window. Okay, a new window with Star Bright Satellite 2 opens and the document title bar appears and becomes the active document. Okay, so I now have two documents open. I have Star Bright Satellite Proposal 2 and I have Star Bright Satellite Proposal 1. Okay. So it says in the window command group, click the Switch Windows button. Which is right here. Okay, a menu of open windows appears shown as figure 2-8. Okay, and so I can switch to my active window, and you can see that Starbright Satellite Proposal 2 is white, Satellite Proposal 1 is gray. Alrighty. Next, we're going to click the Arrange All button, which is right here. Okay, so then Word displays the two windows, one above the other on your screen. Next, we're going to click the View Side by Side button. Okay, to arrange the windows beside each other on the screen. Note that synchronous scrolling is on by default. Place your insertion point on the slider in the vertical scroll bar and press the left mouse button. So if I put my mouse over here on the scroll bar, the two documents will synchronous scroll. Click anywhere in Starbright Satellite Proposal 2 to make it active. And we're going to click Synchronous Scrolling to turn it off. Place your insertion point in the vertical scroll bar. And when you scroll this time, it should just only one document scrolls. Alright. Click the Close button to close Starbright Satellite Proposal 2. I'm going to rearrange my screen here so that it's back to the way I want it. Alright. Click the Maximize button to fill the screen. I just, rearrange my documents so that they are splitting the screen. Alright, next we're going to click the Split button. Notice that you now have a horizontal split bar. Drag the split bar below the text Relocation Proposal. Oh, about right here. Okay. Splitting your document makes it easier to edit two different sections. The document window splits in two, and the split button changes to a Remove Split button. Click the Remove Split. Click the Minimize button. The document minimizes to become an icon on the Windows taskbar down here at the bottom. Hover your mouse over the Word icon in the taskbar and click Starbright Satellite Proposal Documents icon in the taskbar to maximize the document. Alright, next we're on page 30 of Lesson 2. This time we're going to be navigating and searching through a document. So we're going to click the View tab, and then in the Show group, we're going to choose Navigation Pane. The navigation pane appears. Okay, type relocation in the search box. And results are shown on the Results tab of the navigation pane. Note that the found text is bolded and it appears in the order of its occurrence in the document. Click the first tab, Headings, and note the headings of sections that contain the found text are highlighted. Click the second tab, Pages, and note that the highlighted text in the thumbnails. Then click each thumbnail until you see thumbnail 4. says click the X in the search text box to end your search. Word automatically returns to page 1. Well, it should. We'll go to page 1. Next, we're going to click on the magnifying glass in the navigation pane to open a list of available options. And from the options listed, we're going to choose Advanced Find. Click the Find and Replace. The Find and Replace dialog box opens. The word relocation should be in the Find What text box. Click Find Next button. And click Yes to return to the top of the document if prompted. Okay, click the Reading Highlight button and select Highlight All to highlight all instances of the word. Review each page. So each page will have the word relocation highlighted wherever it occurs. Okay, before closing the Find and Replace dialog box, remove the highlight from the text by clicking Reading Highlight and clicking Clear Highlighting. Click Close. And in the Show command group, click the navigation check box to turn off this pane. Alright, so in the Show command group, uncheck the navigation pane to turn off that pane. To end your search, click the X in the text box. Okay, save this document as in a folder. So I'm going to go to my Word folder, and in Lesson 2, okay, I'm not in my data files, I'm in Lesson 2. I want to save this document as Starlight Satellite Proposal 1. Save. Okay, right now I'm on page 31, and this time we're going to replace text in a document. So it says place the insertion point at the beginning of the document by pressing the Control plus Home key. So the Home key is over by the Delete key. When you press Control Home, your document insertion point will go to the beginning. Click the Home tab to make it active, and in the editing group we're going to click Replace. Okay, the Find and Replace dialog box opens. Okay, click the More Options button to review the options, and then there are more ways that you can search. For example, you could search for Find Whole Words Only. You can search for matching case, so if it's a capital letter or not a capital letter, it won't find the one that's the other. Let's click on the Less button, and in the Find What box, type, and being very careful to make sure that your words are spelled right and capital letters are correct. We're going to type Montgomery, Slade, and Parker. Okay, in the Replace With box, we're going to type Becker, Steele, and Castillo. Okay, click the Find Next button. Okay, word searches for the first occurrence of the phrase Montgomery, Slade, and Parker. Okay, so mine said that I didn't have any results found. There could be a reason for that. If Word does not find any matches, check the spelling in the Find What box. you really have to be super careful to make sure that you're spelling it Montgomery, comma, Slade, Slade, comma, and Parker. So Montgomery, Slade, and Parker does show up in here, but in my text, it isn't capitalized. So as I'm looking in my document, I notice that right here, Slade and Parker are not capitalized. So I don't have match key selected, so that's kind of strange, but oh, cancel. I'm gonna hit undo, close. Okay. Replace. So make sure that you don't capitalize Slade and Parker. And I'm gonna hit find, cancel. Going back up here to the beginning. Okay. Let's see. In the find what box type, and then we are going to press the replace all button. Okay, and it should say that 2 matches were found. Okay. Word then displays a message revealing how many places were made. You should have had 2. Click OK and then click close. Position the insertion point at the beginning of the document. So make sure that your insertion point is still up here next to star. And in the View tab, I'm going to click Close. In the View tab, in the Show group, we're going to choose Navigation Pane. Checkbox in the Navigation Pane, click the drop-down arrow next to the magnifying glass to and we're going to click Replace again. In this next step, you reverse the search order in the Find What box. So type Becker, Steele, comma, and Castillo. And then in the Replace box, Replace with, we're going to type Montgomery, Slade, and Parker. Okay, click the More button to expand your list of options. Okay, and this time we're going to click the Format button right here. And we're going to select Font from the drop-down list, and we're going to replace Font text box should open up. In the font area, use Garment for our font style. And we're going to choose Bold Italic, and we're going to select the size 14. Click the font color, and we're going to choose dark red. Okay, I think dark red is actually right here. And then it says to press OK. Below the Replace with text box, you should see Format selections. Refer to Figure 2-13. So you should see right here, similar to what I have on mine. Garmin, 14 point, bold italic, font color, dark red. Okay, we're going to click Replace All. Okay, and it should say that two replacements were made. We're going to click OK. and then click Close. Okay, inspecting your document, notice that the replacements have been made with the formatting changes. Okay. On the navigation pane, click the X to close it, or on the Show group, clear the navigation checkbox. Click the ShowHide button to display the non-printing characters. So on the Home tab, make sure that you have your non-printing characters showing. And to use the advanced search feature, click the Home tab, and then in the editing group, click Replace. Place the insertion point in the Find What box and select and delete all the text by pressing the backspace key. Place your insertion point in the Replace With text box, and we're going to click the backspace or delete key. And then I'm going to click the No Formatting button to remove our formatting changes that we had selected down here. Okay, place your insertion point in the Find What text box, and then click the Special button. Which is right here. Okay. And in the list of searchable elements that appear, click the section break. Okay. Word replaces the characters, places the characters, the little arrow and B in the text box. Place your insertion point in the Replace With text box, and we're going to click Special. And this time we're going to choose Manual Page Break. Okay, we're going to click the Find Next. And notice that word highlights the first occurrence, the section break. It's very important that you have the ShowHide characters on so you can see this. We're going to click the Replace All. Okay, and 3 replacements should be made. It then says to click Close to close the Find and Replace box. And we're going to review the page breaks in the document and leave the ShowHide button on. So now we should have a page break after each of our sections. Alright, save the document as Starbright Satellite Proposal Update. Pause, leave the document open to use in the next exercise. Take note, you can use Find and Replace tool to replace specific punctuation within a document. For example, if you press the spacebar twice at the end of each sentence and you would like to replace each set of 2 spaces with only 1 space, in the Find What text box, press the spacebar twice, and then in the Replace With, press the spacebar once and click Replace All button. Upon doing this, Word replaces all instances of double spacing with single spacing. Take note that when replacing text, you can confirm each replacement to make sure it is correct by clicking Replace instead of Replace All. Using Find and Replace command assists you in finding text and avoiding mistakes. Next, we're going to be using Autocorrect to replace text. So in the File tab, we're going to go to Backstage View, and we're going to choose Options. The word Options dialog box appears. This time we're going to choose Proofing. The Proofing pane appears. We are going to click Autocorrect Options, which is right here. The Autocorrect Options dialog box appears, specifying the language word is configured to use. In the Replace Text as You Type section, in the Replace Text box, we're going to type GW. In the With box, text box, type George Washington. and we are going to click Add. A new entry appears in the autocorrect list right here. Okay, so we're going to click the OK button to close autocorrect dialog box and click the OK button to close word options dialog box. Press Control Home on your keyboard to return your insertion point back to the beginning of your document. And we're going to type GW and press the spacebar. Autocorrect replaces GW with George Washington. Select George Washington and we are going to press Delete. Alright, pause. Leave the document open to use in the next exercise. Use the Go To command. On the Home tab, in the editing group, we're going to click the drop down arrow next to the Find button and we're going to choose Go To. The Go To tab of the Find and Replace dialog box is displayed as shown in Figure 2-15. In the Go To What box over here, page is selected by default. Type in the Enter Page, page is selected. In the Enter Page Number box, type the number 4 and then press Go To. The insertion point moves to page 4 of the document. In the Go To What box, select Line, and in the Enter Line Number box, type 10, and then press Go To. The insertion point moves to line 10 in the document. In the Go To What box, select Bookmark. In the Enter Bookmark name, type Option 1 Displays. Click the Go To. So it takes us to Option 1. Click the drop down arrow in the Enter Bookmark name. And it tells us to select top, but guess what? Top isn't there. Maybe we can try to type top and see what happens here. Okay. We'll just type in, click on section, type 1, and then click Go To. It should take us back to the beginning of our document. Alright. Okay, next it says to hit close, and then leave the document open to use in the next exercise. Word keeps track of where you typed or edited text. Go to a previous editing location in your document. Press Shift 1 F5 after saving your document on your computer flash drive or OneDrive. Word 2016 will remember where you left off in your document. Alright, next we're going to use the clipboard to copy and move text. So it says to triple click to select the second paragraph of the document under the proposal description heading. So this is the second paragraph. It wants us to triple click it. So right here, I'm going to triple click to select the whole paragraph. Alright, so making sure that this is selected, in the Home tab you're going to click the Cut button. When you use the Cut or Copy command, Word automatically places the item in the clipboard. Click to place the insertion point in front of the first character of the sentence that begins with Starbright Satellite Radio. And in the clipboard, we're going to click the Clipboard command group dialog box launcher, okay, to open the clipboard tasks. In the list of cut and copied items, move your pointer to the text that you cut in step 2. And click the drop-down arrow to open the Clipboard task pane options. We're going to click Paste to insert the text in the document in the new location. Click the Close button on the Clipboard task pane. Pause and leave this document open to use in the next exercise. Your Clipboard task pane might look different depending on how many items you've been collecting. Next, we're going to use the mouse to copy or move text. Next, it says select the second paragraph on the first page, beginning with Satellite Starbright Radio, the nation's leading satellite radio company. We're going to triple click to select that paragraph, and we're going to press the Control key as you click, and we're going to drag the selected paragraph and drop it above the first paragraph on the first page. So when I click and drag, I should see this plus sign. And I'm going to click and drag and drop it in front of the text. Okay. So when you let go, it will remove positions. Hold on, I don't think I did that right. So triple click to select it, press the Control key, click and drag, and let go. And then let go of Control. Okay, so right now I should have 3 paragraphs. It then says to select the third paragraph, so triple clicking again on it, I'm going to press the delete to delete that third paragraph. Okay, it says save the document as Starbright Satellite Proposal Final Update. So I'm going to go to Save As in my Lesson 2 folder, making sure I'm not in my data files, but I'm here in Lesson 2. I'm going to change this to Starbright Satellite Proposal Final Update. Okay. Next, we're going to be removing blanks. So if necessary, enable the ShowHide. Make sure this is gray, the ShowHide non-printing characters button. On the first page, after the second paragraph of the proposal description, place the insertion point at the beginning of the paragraph mark right here. Okay, and I'm going to press delete. I'm removing these extra spaces. On page 2, remove the extra paragraph marks in the body text under the heading Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm going to remove these extra paragraph marks right here that don't have any text behind them. Okay, and I'm just pressing the delete key to get rid of them. Scrolling down to option 2, says repeat these steps for pages 3 to remove the extra paragraph marks under Dallas, Texas. So pressing the delete key, I'm simply just deleting these extra spaces. And on page 4, I'm going to do the same thing, removing these extra spaces. Okay, save the document with the same file name in the lesson folder on your flash drive. So I'm just going to hit save this time. Alright, pause, leave the document open to use in the next exercise. Next, we're going to change information in the properties. So we're going to click File to open Backstage, and in the info screen that appears by default, the document properties are listed on the right side of the screen over here. At the bottom of the list of properties, click the Show All Properties button to expand the link to display as shown in Figure 2-17. Type the following information into the appropriate properties by clicking each one and entering the following text. So right here where title is, I'm going to type policies and procedures. And under subject, I'm going to type handbook. Click the drop down arrow in the Properties header and click Advanced Properties. Okay, to show the Advanced Properties dialog box. Okay, on the Summary tab, add the following information to the appropriate text boxes. Manager, Aggie Becker, Company, Star, Bright, Satellite, Radio, Keywords, Policies, Procedures, and Benefits. Click OK. Or I press the Enter key. It says to save the document with the same file name as in your lesson folder on your flash drive. So I am just going to hit save again. I don't have to click save as this time because I'm not changing the name. Take note, the document information panel, DIP, found in the previous versions of Office applications has been depreciated in Office 2016. Okay, now I'm on page 40, step by step. Use the document inspector. Alright, so we're going to click the file to open the Backstage view and then click the Check for Issues button. Okay, and we're going to choose Inspect Document. The Document Inspector dialog box appears as shown in Figure 2-20. Select the checkboxes for the types of content you want to inspect and click Inspect when the inspection is complete. A Results dialog box appears. Alright, review the results without removing any information. So if I hit Inspect, okay, it'll tell me a list of possible issues. So the following document information was found. Document properties, author, related people, custom XML data was found. So if I didn't want this stuff, I could, for example, remove those. So I'm going to click Close to close the dialog box. And next we're going to inspect the document for accessibilities. Okay, the Accessibilities Checker in 2016 inspects your document for issues that can prevent people with disabilities from reading it easily. These issues include the following: alternate text. All objects in your document should include an alternate text description so that people using the document reader can have some idea of what objects portray. Table. Column headers. Data tables should have header row to provide contextual structure that aids navigation. Use of styles. In files containing more than 1,200 words, the use of styles make it possible for a document reader to consistently convey the structure of the document. Alright. So to check for issues, you can check accessibility, and it'll tell you over here if there are any accessibility issues. For this document, there were no accessibility issues found. People with disabilities should not have difficulty reading this document. Alright, so that's good news. So that was right here under checking for issues, accessibility. You can also check for the document issues right there as well. Alright. So that means we are done with this document. You now have the knowledge assessment, which is on Schoology, and then there are two projects. Project 2-1 and 2-2. Okay. Good luck.